Good evening, everybody. Welcome once again to SASKS Academy at South Kent School 15 National Ice Hockey on YouTube. This evening, the Academy getting set to take on the Yale U15 Bulldogs. We are live on the campus of Wesleyan University in Middletown, Connecticut. Good evening, everybody. I'm Wells Aiken. Glad to have you with us on YouTube once again for SASKS Academy at South Kent School 15 National Ice Hockey on YouTube. This evening, the Academy getting set to take on the Yale Bulldogs U15, a team that they beat at the Yale Showcase a couple weeks back by a score of 3-0. Yale certainly will be looking to provide an answer tonight. The Academy, of course, coming off a win on Wednesday night against the Mid-Fairfield Junior Rangers U15, a game that they won 5-1, although a game that was fairly close until the midway point of the second period when the Academy started to take over the game and ultimately scored two third period goals to win that game 5-1. Your goal scorers in that game were Nick DeSantis, Justin Gordon, and the other couple are escaping me right now, but the Academy will look to continue to feed off the hot hands of Gordon, Chernekanair, and DeSantis, all three of whom have been hot of late. And joining me in just a few minutes, hopefully, will be Scott Willard. There you see Scott and I at the New York State Championship last year. And Scott was my right-hand man at the Westchester Express, where we at least did the state tournament games and the national tournament games. And it's always good to have Scott with us, so he'll be joining us shortly. I like to think of Scott and I as dynamic duos, and of course, if you saw our broadcast last time, you've seen this graphic before, but it was so good we're going to bring it up for you once again. These are some of the great dynamic duos in history. Bill and Hillary, Pierre McGuire and Phil Kessel, Jiggs McDonald and Eddie Westfall, of course, from the New York Islanders broadcast, Ed Sullivan and Topo Gigio, Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky, Gary Hart and Donna Rice, Sonny and Cher, John Davidson and Sam Rosen, Judge Smales and Danny Noonan, Ron McLean and Don Cherry, Doc Emmerich and Chico Resch, Charles and Di, of course, Al Chervik and Ty Webb, Slash and Axel, kind of appropriate. We'll be seeing Guns N' Roses at the Boston Garden tomorrow night. Shout out to Jeff Gordon for helping out with that. And then Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth. And then you got the great bromance of all time there with Blake Shelton and Adam Levine, Howard Cosell and OJ, and Silvio Dante and Tony Soprano. And then makes me think of the Hitman game a few days ago, Snooki and JWoww. And then last but not least, we got our current president and Rocket Man right there. Let's hope we keep that situation under control for at least the next couple of hours. So as we get set to go here, let's take a look at the lineup for SASKS Academy. One major note, Aiden Erishman out with a broken collarbone, and he will miss action for likely the next 8 weeks. The Academy, of course, coached by head coach Scott Gainey and assistant coach John O'Connor. The trainer on duty today making the trip was Craig Carvalho. And in goal for the Academy, number 1, Bennett Jung, number 31, Tommy Aiken. Those two both continue to play well, both with an almost insignificant goals against average, both of them hovering just around 1, and both with a save percentage well over 900. At forward, number 11, Ryan Miknich, number 9, Victor Chernekanair, number 15, Jack Williams, number 10, Colin Anna, number 14, Nick DeSantis, number 19, Will Rinaldi, number 16, Justin Gordon, number 22, Jake Stapert, number 29, Jack Gorton, number 24, Jaden Boreanaz, number 37, Felix Gavers, number 26, Tyler Silverstein. And on defense, the Academy one-man light tonight, Charlie DeRoche, number 3, number 4, Caden Varga, number 20, Austin Cook, number 7, Frank Durasevich, number 6, Josh Steele, and as we mentioned, Aiden Erishman, a scratch with a broken collarbone, and we wish him the best in his recovery. Let's take a look now at the statistics for the 15 Nationals. We have not updated these since Wednesday night's game. Unfortunately, we can only deal the hand we're dealt, and we do not have updated statistics, so we're going to go with what we had Wednesday night. Nick DeSantis leading the team in points with 32, 15 goals, 17 assists. Jack Williams with 12 goals and 14 assists. He and DeSantis combined for that 5th goal on Thursday night as Williams made a Strong behind the back pass, no look pass to DeSantis, and he dangled around netminder Bennett Ostern for the 5th goal in that game. Victor Chinekanair, who's been hot of late, as we mentioned, hat trick last Sunday against the New Jersey Hitmen. He's got 13 goals and 9 assists for 22 points. Justin Gordon scoring again the other night, and he's got 5 goals and 8 assists, 13 points. Will Rinaldi, Ryan Miknich, Frank Durasevich, Austin Cook, Charlie DeRoche, and a 3-way tie for 10th. Josh Steele, Colin Anna, and Felix Gavers round out your top 10 point getters. Your goal-scoring leaders for the Academy: Nick DeSantis, Victor Chinekanair, Jack Williams, Will Rinaldi, and Ryan Miknich. Assist leaders: Nick DeSantis, Williams, Chinekanair, DeRoche, and Gordon. And Tommy Aiken leading the goaltenders with a 1.00 goals against average and a .946 save percentage. Let's take a look now at our Kings of the Hill segment. This is where we take a cross-sectional look at all 3 Selects Academy teams, U15, U16, and U18. Josh Lawrence continuing to lead all point getters with 39. Will Margell, his teammate on the U16s, with 33. Nick DeSantis with 32. Ethan Phillips, Jack Williams, Victor Chinekanair, Ruben Rafkin, Kyle Haskins, the lone representative from the U18 team, with 20 points. Spencer Kring, Ryan Coughlin, and P.J. Fletcher. Your goal leaders: Will Margell leads all goal getters with 18 goals on the season. Josh Lawrence with 15 goals, as does Nick DeSantis have. And Ethan Phillips with 13 goals as well. Assist leaders: Josh Lawrence, Nick DeSantis, Spencer Kring, Ruben Rafkin, and Will Margell. So a couple defensemen getting in on the action there in Kring and Rafkin. And your save percentage and goals against leaders: Sankner, Aiken, and Steffen, in that order. Let's take a look now at the Yale Bulldogs lineup for this evening. The Bulldogs, of course, coached by Joe Bologna and Steve Novador. In goal for Yale, Alex Rolfe. I believe Carman Andronovich will get the start tonight, and Rolfe will start tomorrow, is what I've been told. But that is always subject to change, so we shall see. At forward, number 9, Aiden Cobb. Number 10, Aiden Hotchkiss. Number 11, Robert Barrasso. And I believe Big Bobby Barrasso is out tonight, having gotten in a fisticuffs in the last game with Cheshire Elite Hockey Program. And I believe he is out this evening, but we shall see. Number 12, Danny Ferricelli. Number 13, Kyle Stober. Number 14, Hayden Riva. Number 15, Ben Boyd. Number 16, Cole Brennan. Number 17, Jack Maritolo. Number 18, Kenta Cato. Number 20, Zachary Van Dale. Number 21, Philip Macris. Number 22, Jacob Trout. Number 23, CJ Zezima. And number 92, Chris Hibson. On defense for Yale, number 2, Birch Gorman. Number 3, Brian Haywood. Number 4, Chris Avalone. Number 5, Kyle Krasinski. Number 6, Cam Grillo. Number 7, Max Willard. And number 8, Cam Partridge. Let's take a look now at the U15 rankings from the current week. The Academy ranked in 7th. And as we move on and take a look, as we're running out of time here with just a minute to go in warm-ups, take a look at the Yale Bulldogs. They are ranked 29th with a record of 13-4-2 and a rating of 91.39. So that puts the Academy at roughly a 2-goal favorite in this game. But again, we caution you not to bet on youth hockey games. Taking a look at all 3 rankings, the U15s currently ranked at number 7, the U16s ranked number 9th in the country, and the U18s ranked number 2. So take a look at the Academy as we enter the final 25 seconds of warm-ups here. And we are getting set to go here from the Spurrier Snyder Rink on the campus of Wellesley University in the town of Middletown, Connecticut. Glad you're with us on YouTube this evening, and for those of you that made the trip to Fall Family Weekend at the Academy, we're glad you're out here at the rink with us, and hopefully you're watching this broadcast later on tape delay. Those of you that couldn't make it this weekend, we're glad you could see your sons play on our YouTube broadcast. So, it appears as though Yale only has 1 goalie dressed, and that would be Alex Rolfe. So it looks like Rolfe will get the start unless Andronovich is a late arrival out of the locker room. And with Bennett picking up the pucks this evening, it would appear that Tommy Aiken will get the start in goal tonight against Yale. So the team gathering around the net, getting set to go here, and I do expect Scott Willard momentarily, but as of right now, we're flying solo here. As we get set to get underway. And this is the last 2 of the Connecticut Hockey Conference games. A win tonight would seal the regular season title for the Academy. And of course, there is no league playoff the teams will go right into the state tournament, which is the week after next. The Academy, of course, will be at the Beantown Classic on Thursday or Friday of this week. I'm not sure whether it's a 3-day or 4-day tournament, but they'll be at the Beantown Classic this coming weekend, the state tournament the following weekend, and the weekend after that, they will be at, assuming everything goes right, at regionals, which I understand the preliminary round will be played at the Hotchkiss School, and the championship game for regionals will be played at the Berkshire School, which is a change from years past where all games were played at the Berkshire School. And we are set to get underway here, and we are underway as Durasevich gives for Cook for the Academy, leaves for Durasevich and comes up the left wing side. And I'm now joined by the late arriving Scott Willard. Good to see you, Scotty.
Just airdropped in. Great to see you, Wells.
Coming in like David Boreanaz at SEAL Team 6. As we check in on the Academy in the offensive zone, that's Rinaldi. He curls along the half wall. Puck will come back to the point. Durasevich's shot goes off a shin pad, and it will come back to center where Cook will chase for the Academy. Cook will skate in behind Aiken, and Cook will come out the left wing side. Cook's pass through center is off the mark, and that will go to Grillo. Grillo chips it up, and that's turned back in the zone for Gorman. Birch Gorman, that is. Gorman curling in front of Rolfe. Sends it across for Kwasinski, and now comes up for
Aiden Hotchkiss.
Aiden Hotchkiss, one of the two Aidens on this team.
And only one playing today, Wells. Unfortunately, Aiden Cobb out with the concussion.
So Cobb out, and I believe, is Bobby Barrasso out?
Big Bobby Barrasso out with a different kind of situation.
Little fisticuffs against the elite hockey program as it comes back to Varga at the point. Varga circles at center as he's turned back, and DeRoche will now control. And the Academy will send it deep in where Rolfe will field and leave for Avalone. Avalone pressured there, but sends it up the right wing side. That comes all the way to the point to Varga. Varga's shot in is patted aside by Rolfe. And that'll go in for Partridge. Partridge will chip it around the left wing side where Riva, and we get an errant buzzer, and now we're going to get a whistle here as everybody's confused. I think actually what threw everybody off, Scott, was your grand entrance into the building.
They smelled me over in the scoring box. Yeah, so we had a nice one of those boys fighting while wearing gloves and cages situations, which was sort of entertaining and unfortunate for the Yale side today.
And apparently we're playing 20-something minute halves because the scoreboard shows 20:49 left. So I'm assuming we're probably playing 22.5-minute halves tonight.
Be a long period.
As Chernekadair will step in on the draw. And the Academy will control as that's dumped deeper by Gordon. Chasing in behind Rolfe. It's handled there by Gorman. Gorman skates it out. He's challenged by Williams, but Yale able to get it back to center. Williams now coming in over the zone line. Williams looking at his options, leaves it back for Steele, but Steele unable to keep that in, and that's going to get dumped all the way down. Icing is waved as they say that went off of Steele's stick. What did you detect there, Scotty? It looked like it was a pretty clean dump.
It looked pretty clean to me, but
summer rules, summer rules.
Yeah.
Feels like summer out, so why not? Gordon coming down the left wing side. Yale will control in the corner. That set up the boards. Handled at the point by Steele. Steele walks the line, sends his shot in wide, and Rolfe will glove that one and hang on here. 20:06 left to go in the first half. And no score from the Spurrier-Snyder rink on the campus of Wells University, a school that Patriots
Wells
coach.
University.
What's that?
You said Wells University.
Wesleyan.
It's a little slip there.
Did I say Wellesley? I thought he said Wesleyan. I wouldn't even want to tell you about last night, Scotty. Off the draw, the Academy will chase back in their own end. DeRoche will chase, but as I started to say, Patriots head coach Bill Belichick, a 3-sport varsity letter winner here at Wesleyan University, and Aiken with the glove save will get a face-off to his right. 19:50 left to go in the opening half. So did you know that about Bill Belichick?
I actually did know that about. Well, I didn't know the 3-sport part, but I knew he was a Wesleyan alum.
Well, that's why we have you on the broadcast, Scotty, for that in-depth knowledge. And Colin Anna will come to center and chip it all the way down. This will be an icing. Apparently we're going to be ticky-tack one way and not the other. Nothing like home cooking.
Not sure. Yeah, home. This is the most gypsy hockey team I've ever seen. Hard to know where home is, but I'm glad I looked at my calendar to find out where the game was today.
And on the draw against his counterpart Hotch, just two number 10 stepping in. Shot in on goal. That's deflected wide. And some cheers from the Academy bench for that block shot. Avalone not able to control that. Comes out to center, and it's dumped back in by Maritolo. And Aiken will leave it there for Durasevich. Durasevich sends it around for DeRoche. That'll come to center where Anna will chip it forward. Turned over there is his pass for Silverstein off the mark. And back the other way comes Yale. Yale with a shot. That is blocked out high. And Riva. And we got a penalty call.
No, just
here.
a high stick, but I didn't think it was. I thought it was barely above the elbow, but. Ticky. We're getting both Ticky and Tacky today.
Ticky and Tacky. And that high stick will come all the way back in the zone. Well, good to see it's ticky-tack both ways, Scott. That's what we strive.
We don't have to send anybody to the weight room.
That's what we that's what we strive for here on YouTube. That'll reference the last season, of course. Steele with a shot, and that deflected, and Rolf able to smother that and hang on. We'll get a stoppage here with 19:03 left to go in the first half. Rolf is, or Scotty rather, is referring.
Yeah, some camera storage options, I think, that were mentioned last year against the ISS Kings.
That is true. I believe I suggested where an ISS King parent might enjoy
a camera mule.
Depositing my camera. But that's another story for another day, and we move on here. Big hit along the wall as Miknich takes control there. A big hit by Nick DeSantis, and the Academy will dump that deep in the zone. And behind the net, Partridge will chase for Yale. That'll come up the left wing side for Stober. Stober not able to control there as he's bodied off by Rinaldi. That comes to the point, shot in, deflected wide, and DeSantis will control along the half wall. DeSantis leaves it for Varga. Varga sends it into the zone, but Partridge will field there. His clearing pass goes off a skate, and Miknich now challenges along the wall. It'll come back to center. Varga chips it ahead, and Yale will control. This is Macris coming through center, and Macris will dump it in deep, and Varga will chase for the Academy. Varga sends it around for Stapert, and Yale dumps it back in as Stapert not able to control, and Varga on the far half wall. Puck comes near side now. Stapert will chase, kept in there by Gorman momentarily, but now Steele will lead the rush up the left wing. Josh Steele bodied hard there in the corner by Gorman. And now it'll come around left side, and a centering pass for Chris Hibson. Hibson across the blue line. He tries to get around Gavers, but Gavers knocks him off the puck and chips it ahead. And now Gavers will come back through center the other way. Gavers over the blue line. His shot in on goal. Rolf bobbles that one, but Gorman will control and send it far side. Not sure who that is on the far side, but it comes near
Zach
side
Van
now.
Dale.
Zach Van Dale. And now that'll come to Cook, as I couldn't see the jersey. Had the old jersey foldage issue.
He's already got his choke gloves on.
Cook hooked through center, and no call as that'll come back to the point. Gavers covering for Cook. He'll leave it back for Cook, and now Cook will walk in and shoot. That goes off a skate, and it stays high in the slot where Yale will control and come back through center.
Comes Avs.
And now comes Chris Avalone then over the blue line. Avs coming in, backhand shot, pad stop by Aiken. That deflected into the corner. Centering attempt that goes off a skate. And Durasevich and Avalone, two former teammates, meet up just in front of Aiken, a third former teammate. So three Westchester Express alums getting in on the action, and back the other way come the Express. Shot in on goal. That goes off the shoulder of Rolf and wide or off the glove. That'll come near side corner now. And back to DeRoche. DeRoche will take a shot. Rolf will make a stop there. And that'll come back out to center, where DeRoche will chase for the Academy, and he will regroup, sending a blind backhand pass to Gordon. That'll be left for Williams. Williams and Gordon along the wall, but Hotchkiss will control now for Yale. Aiden Hotchkiss coming through center. He has his stick lifted, and Gordon and Williams will come back the other way. 2-on-2. Left for the trailer, DeRoche. DeRoche with a move along the wall, walks off the wall, leaves it for Williams in the corner. Williams with a nifty move. Williams walking out front, but has the puck bounce off his stick and over his stick. And that'll come up the left wing side for Riva. He will dump it all the way down, and we're going to get an icing call here and a stoppage with 15:47 left to go in the opening half, and no score from the Spurrier-Snyder rink at Wesleyan, that is Wesleyan, not Wellesley, Wesleyan University. Off the draw. Shot in on goal, goes off a Yale defender and behind the net. Comes right wing side now for Jacob Trout. DeRoche will dump it deeper. Pass for Anna goes too far. And that is Kyle Stober now. But Anna will control for the Academy, and he bounces off a check by Hotchkiss on the left wing wall. Check that, that's number 30, not number 10. I don't have a...
Feels like a borrowed jersey.
Does feel like a borrowed jersey.
I think we might have Cam Grillo in number 30 tonight, right. Normally number 6.
Because that is normally Carmine Andronovich. I was going to say, there's the mystery of the missing goaltender solved, but I don't think Carmine Andronovich is playing forward tonight. Down the left wing side, this is Stober. Stober looking in front, centering pass. That goes through everybody, comes back to the point for Big Max Willard. He can use that name tonight, being rented from Bobby Barrasso.
Yeah, Bobby gave him a perfected first lean on that for the evening.
That's right. Left wing side now, Jaden Boreatis chips it up and out of the zone. And it gets turned back in where Varga will retrieve for the Academy. Varga in behind Aiken. And coming out of the zone is the Academy. Up the right wing side. That is DeSantis. DeSantis sends it back to the point for Steele. Steele with pressure will dump it further for Miknich. Miknich along the wall. And now DeSantis. DeSantis sends it back for Steele. Steele walks and shoots. That goes wide. That'll go far side now and over the stick of Austin Cook, but Steele will retrieve and leave for Rinaldi. Rinaldi with a pass up the left wing side for Miknich. Miknich will curl just above the circle. Sends it down low. Centering pass. And that deflected away nicely there by a back-checking Yale defender. As it comes up the right wing side now for Riva. Riva will chip it off the wall. Cook will chase, and Miknich will control for the Academy. So it looks like these teams feeling each other out just a bit.
It does to me.
And the Academy playing Mid-Fairfield on Wednesday night. That game had tremendous pace, and this game seems to be warming up here, although in the bigger building on the ice surface, it might be slightly bigger. It doesn't appear to quite have the same pace, but I'm sure we'll get there as the game goes along.
Yeah.
Left wing side now for Stapert.
And I'm sure we can count on that for tomorrow as well.
And Aiden Hotchkiss coming down the right wing side. That'll go far side now where it's kept in there by Kwasinski. In behind the net, centering pass. And that's turned back to the corner by Gavers. And on the right wing side, Jack Gorton has the puck taken off his stick by Maritolo. And that'll come back to the point now, and Kwasinski will chase for Yale. Kwasinski out there with Avalone on defense. Avalone will rag it back and send it across for Kwasinski. Too hard, but Gorton not able to get to the loose puck in the corner, and now that'll come near side where Stapert will come out of the corner. Sends it back to the point for DeRoche. Shot in on, that goes wide of goal, and comes back to the point now for Durasevich. He'll send it deeper, but that pass down low intended for Gorton is picked off and sent all the way down by Yale. And we'll get an icing call here in a stoppage with 12:20 left to go in the first half. No score from the Spurrier-Snyder rink at Wesleyan University. I'm not bitter much about that, am I, Scotty?
I thought you just said Wells. I didn't even know you gave it the Zlee.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I did just say Wells University.
I mean, this is Wells University. We're all just living in it.
I normally check my ego at the door, Scotty, but off the draw, Trudecadere chips it ahead, and
what a chance.
Nice pass there to Jack Williams, but Williams tied up nicely in front shot, and that deflected. Did that get in on goal?
I don't think it made its way on goal. But
that was deflected wide, not by Rolfe. And back the other way, Yale with a chance for a 2-on-1, but Steele's going to win the race of that loose puck. As 22 and 18, that would be Trout and Cato. For Yale had a chance at a 2-on-1, but the puck just out of their reach as Steele beat them to the loose puck. And the Academy coming in the zone, pass intended for Chidekadere is picked off by Partridge, and he sends it off the wall where Gordon will challenge there for the Academy. Partridge now sends it right side for not Carmine Andronovich.
Cam Grillo.
Cam Grillo.
Divide that by 5 and you got him.
You're asking way too much. Andover was a long time ago, my friend. And Williams at center will control. He turns, curls, and skates. Sends it up for Gordon. Gordon coming in over the zone line, 1-on-2, has the puck knocked off his stick, and Rolfe will turn that aside. stick lift there by Williams as he almost escapes with the puck, but is able to get to the benches. Anna will come in over the zone line with the Academy making a change. Anna going deep in the zone. Anna sends it back to the point. Pass across for Cook. Cook walks, and his shot is blocked as that hit Trout in the shin pad, and will come back to center. The Academy will dump in behind Ralph. Having trouble tonight with some of these words.
I think you're doing a great job. That's why I'm here, just to support you.
And the occasional humor. Colorado coming in over the zone line. That turned back by Yale. But as always, Scotty, anytime, feel free to chime in, as we've got a penalty here.
A Snickers candy bar penalty.
We're going to get a hooky call on Yale.
CJ.
And that's number 23, CJ Zezima, is going to go for the hook.
Our other CJ involved with this Yale team, Mr. Maritolo, celebrating, I'm sure, tonight in South Bend after his team, the Sacred Heart University Pioneers, upset Notre Dame the other night after following on to a great win by his team against UConn earlier in the week. So,
and I think 10:24 on the clock. And they're not going to get the time up on the board, but we've got it up on our screen, Scotty, because we're just that good.
That's right, we are.
So we will see what the Academy can do here on their first power play. And I started to say that Notre Dame probably feeling a bit high after their tie in their rematch against. Oh, you're talking about football. I didn't hear the score. I thought you might be talking about hockey. Off the draw.
No, I was talking about hockey to begin with. Yeah. Oh.
Back door for DeSantis, and that chip just wide as the Academy with a good look there on the power play. And that'll come all the way back down. That's right. Sacred Heart would be a hockey score. And then I got busy with the time clock, so missed your football comment. But what I was going to say was Notre Dame, the hockey team, tied Denver in a rematch of last year's Frozen Four matchup, 5-5 on the heels of, I believe, 47 saves by Dylan Sancier.
How about that?
Who is the son of the only female goaltender ever to play an exhibition game in the NHL. That would be Manon Rhéaume.
Rhéaume? I pronounced it wrong. Now I really looked stupid.
Hey, when in
that was a big myth.
When in Rhéaume, do as the Rhéaumes do, right? Coming back through center, this is DeSantis coming over the zone line. Pass back door for Williams. Williams sends it across, and Rolfe looks like he got a pad on that one.
Yeah,
nice save by Alex Rolfe. Back door now for Durasevich.
Found his hip on that puck somehow.
And DeRoche walking in, pass down low, shot in on goal, pad save by Rolfe, rebound, another stop by Rolfe, and Chedek up high will leave it for DeRoche. DeRoche with a slap shot.
It's a rip.
Rolfe takes that off the body, and there's another penalty that could be called there. That
we're not doing the ticky-tack stuff. I don't know how soft they breed them in the South Kent metro area, but that wasn't a penalty in Middletown, that's for sure.
Certainly wasn't a 5-on-3 call. In front of the net, maybe that's a trip, but in the corner, killing a penalty. Gonna let that one go every time. Miknich down the left wing side. Miknich curls in the corner after the Academy had several good looks in the first part of this power play. And 3 seconds left on the power play. And Yale killing off the first power play despite several good looks by the Academy.
That's for sure.
Shot out front,
wow.
And that hits a body and goes wide. And that one didn't get in on Rolfe, but several shots before that did. And Rolfe keeping his team, or keeping the South Kent team off the board with several quality saves there. Up the right wing side, this is Riva. Riva skating through center. Riva's pass. Too far for Cato. Cato knocks down Cook. More ticky-tack. And up the right wing side, Justin Gordon for the Academy.
Well, if the glove fits.
Oh, we are so not going there. We are so not going there. The right wing side now, Cook sends it over for Varga. Varga will send it in deep, and Rolfe will tee it up there for, and a collision in front as Rolfe gets wiped out, and Cam Grillo
Mr. Riva
turns it over coming out of the zone. And that is Max, is that 7 or 2?
That's
Max Willard in the corner. Back to Varga. Varga with a shot. Rolfe sticks that up into his glove, and he'll hang on and get a stoppage here. 7:17 left to go in the first half, and no score. The Academy 0 for 1 on the one and only power play in this hockey game.
So Rolfe looking like he may have some Rhéaume genes tonight under this attack from the South Kent team.
Although I believe Alex Rolfe is taller than Dylan Sincere. He is a fairly,
Is that right?
fairly diminutive goalie, but he is tremendously athletic and is a heck of a battler. Behind the net now, Rinaldi for the Academy. Rinaldi centering pass back for Durasevic. He'll just dump that deep as he's pressured. In behind the net, the Academy. Gorton there knocked down. Puck comes back to the point. Shot in on goal. That hits a body out front. And that's retrieved by Kwasinski. He'll send it around near side. And the Academy will fish it off the wall. And it comes out for Rinaldi, but his dump goes off of Trout. And we get an offsides here, stoppage in play with 6:38 left to go.
In the first inning.
In the first inning. We are so not going into the OJ trial, Mr. Willett.
I feel like
even though
is that DeRoche or Dershowitz down there on the left defense side?
Here we go. DeRoche on the pass over.
Alan DeRochewitz
far side.
on Cato Kalin.
As Boreanaz off the wall sends it for DeRoche. Not DeRochewitz. Yeah, DeRoche. Skates through center. And he'll chip it on in the zone. Kwasinski will chase along with DeRoche. DeRoche beats him to that puck. DeRoche in the far corner now. Sends it up the wall. Comes back to the point. Shot in. That is blocked out front. And comes back to center as Yale will chase. And we're going to get an icing call here. And another stoppage in play with 6:01 left to go in the first half. And no score from the campus of Wesleyan University. What are you seeing out there, Scotty?
Well, this has been I think you're right. This hasn't been the most exciting first chukker in a hockey game that I've seen this year. But, hard to know where, all these boys in white are coming from this afternoon, depending on other interscholastic games. But I'm looking forward to a little more pace tomorrow.
And we get another errant buzzer. And they're telling the players to continue playing as they all stop and look at the scorer's table. What's that old adage, Scotty? Play until the whistle? I don't think it's not play until the buzzer.
Play until the buzzer goes that's not supposed to go.
Coming in over the zone line shot. Aiken blockers that aside. And back comes the other way, the Academy. This is Boreanaz. Boreanaz drops for Anna. Anna with a shot off the skate of Boreanaz. That goes in behind the net where Partridge. I was caught between Cam Grillo 6, who's wearing 30 today, and 8 Partridge, and we got Cartridge. So Durasevic.
Load the cartridge. Almost taken away there by Hib.
And Miknich coming up through center. Miknich and DeSantis. Miknich leaves it for DeSantis. DeSantis coming in down low below the goal line. DeSantis controlling. DeSantis walking out front. And a good play there by Kyle Stober to knock the stick of Nick DeSantis and knock the puck loose at the last minute just as DeSantis was getting ready to release. As Van Dale and Stober chase in the corner for Yale. Now Stober in behind Aiken. He's challenged there by Durasevic, but will continue to control and send it back for Cartridge. It's not Cartman either.
It's not.
It's not Cartman. You did
Shot
not
across.
pass me the puck. I was so open.
Big hit there. There's both the comedy and the hitting pickup. DeSantis. Puck comes back now to Cook. Cook sends it far side for Durasevic. Durasevic skating up the right wing side. He'll dump it deep, and Partridge will chase for Yale. Partridge in behind the net. He leaves it there for Birch. Birch not able to pass it up and out of the zone as that goes off a couple of skates. And now the teams battle on the near side wall. DeSantis battling there. And coming away with it is Trout. And the puck will go back in behind Alex Rolfe. And Steele at center now. And interestingly enough,
Yale playing 6?
Yeah, we got a call here. And it looks like
3 pretty active skaters there. 6 pretty active skaters.
So we're going to get a too many men on the ice call on Yale. And there seems to be some confusion down low, but the Academy will in fact go on their second power play of the game. as Williams out there with Durasevich, DeRoche.
Dershowitz. You got to work on your pronunciations.
Back to DeRoche at the point. Back to DeRoche now. Sends it down low for DeSantis. DeSantis, Williams, Durasevich, Chernekanair, and DeRoche. And Chernekanair controlling in the corner. Chernekanair sends it over for DeRoche. DeRoche looking at his options. Back for Chernekanair. Chernekanair walking in. That goes off the post. Back to the point now for DeRoche. He sends it over for Durasevich. Durasevich with plenty of time will control, but has the puck bounce over his stick. And we saw a lot of this in South Kent on Wednesday night, Scotty. A lot of bouncing pucks.
Bouncy ice?
Bouncy ice, and I think it has something to do with the cool ice and the warm temperatures still that are outside. As Chernekanair gloves that ahead to himself, so no whistle, and he'll gain the zone and curl at the half wall. Chernekanair sending it down low. That for Williams. Williams sends it out high to Durasevich. Durasevich sending it back for DeRoche. DeRoche over for Chernekanair. Chernekanair, they pass over for Durasevich. Shot and a save by Rolf. Rolf comes back across, and that'll come back to the point as DeRoche will dance, step, and center. And that'll come near side now for DeSantis.
Good take,
DeSantis has the puck bounce over his stick as he overskates that one, and that'll get sent all the way down with 40 seconds left on the power play and 2:19 left to go here in the opening half. And it appears as though we are at a distinct advantage, and those of you at home, over the players and parents here, as there is no penalty clock working here in the Spurrier-Snyder Arena, as the Academy regains the zone, and Rinaldi on the forecheck will control for the Academy. Rinaldi sending it in where Chris Avalone will attempt to take but overskates it, and Rinaldi will now dish it back to the point and will get it right back. He sends it back to Varga. Varga has the puck knocked off his stick by Cam Grillo there, wearing number 30 tonight instead of number 6. And Varga will dump it in for the Academy, and they will chase far side as the teams are back at equal strength. Pass out front as Yale will come back through center, but they're turned back through the neutral zone and into their own zone where Avalone will chase for Yale. Avalone sends it back to center where Rinaldi will field for the Academy. He'll give to Steele. Steele coming up the left wing side, sends far side now. Academy coming in the zone. That goes over for Steele. Steele sends it down low. Centering pass, that goes through the slot and comes back to the point where Rinaldi is covering. Gordon leaves it back for Rinaldi. Rinaldi walks in and shoots. That goes off a body and wide. Steele turns and tries to fire a shot from a sharp angle off the wall, and that goes wide of the net. And Maritolo will chase for Yale. It'll come around near side for Avalone. Avalone with a centering pass up for Hibson. That goes off Hibson's skate and goes right onto the stick of Frank Durasevich, who sends it back the other way, and that off Jack Gordon's stick, and that'll go all the way down as he touched just over center, so icing is waved. And Yale, and again, as the teams don't seem to want to hang on to the puck, a lot of turnovers here. There's a lot of back and forth. Gordon has the puck knocked off his stick. It's handled there by Kwasinski. Kwasinski now in the corner. Kwasinski almost loses it to Anna, but now Riva will center up the left wing side for Stober. Stober coming in over the zone. Stober with a shot. That deflected wide into the near corner. A little bit of a cross check there in the corner, but ticky-tack, so no call. That was minor. That was not a call, but it was a cross-checking motion. So that was descriptive more than complaint.
Oh, and we got more. Another little greeting.
As the first period ends here with the Academy and Yale scoreless here from the Spurrier-Snyder rink on the campus of Wesleyan University in Middletown, Connecticut. So we will take a break here. And the teams are going to go to the locker room for an ice cut. And I'm getting fondled here by the father of the opposing goaltender, Alex Rolfe. That's Greg Rolfe. Good to see you, Greg. And so we'll take a break here as we will come back with second half action in just a few minutes. So the score from the Spurrier-Snyder rink on the campus of Wesleyan University in Middletown, Connecticut is Yale 0 and Selects Academy 0. We'll be back with second half action in about 15 minutes. I said on the email, you never volunteer. I got him tomorrow, too. Welcome back to SASKS Academy at 15 National Ice Hockey on YouTube. We're back here ready to start the second half as the Academy and Yale have retaken the ice. No scoring in the first half as the Academy territorially dominating that half. Yale with just a handful of chances on netminder Tommy Aiken. At the other end, goaltender Alexander Rolfe inundated with shots, and he had the answer each and every time. So we'll see if the Academy can find a way to solve him here in the second half. As Coach Scott Gainey probably likes the territorial domination, but is probably not real pleased with the finish here. So we'll see if the Academy can, as they say, have a little less Swedish and have a little more finish. So the Academy will send out Chernekanair along with Williams and Gordon. Steele and Cook at the points for the Academy. Yale will counter with Hibson, Hotchkiss, and Maritolo, with it looks like Kwasinski and Avalon on defense. And the team step in on the draw. And we are underway here in the second half as the Academy will control. That'll come along the near side wall. Justin Gordon will chip it ahead, and Aiden Hotchkiss will retrieve for Yale. Hotchkiss sending it across for an undisclosed player. We have to keep that top secret here. And we'll get a stoppage in play here with 20:15 left to go, just 15 seconds into the second half. 22:15, that is. And off the face-off, the Academy will control again. This is Cook. Cook coming over the red line. He'll gain the red line and dump it deep. And Gordon and Avalon will chase in there. Avalon sends it around near side. Comes back out to center. And it'll be dumped back in there by Steele as the Academy is offsides, but they will clear and chase. Left wing wall, Yale coming out of the zone. Pass intended and now gathered in by Hibson. Hibson coming over the zone line. Puck comes through and sent in on goal. Aiken turns that aside. And that goes far corner now for Chernekanair. And Williams will chase now for the Academy.
Almost looked like offense from the Yale team for a moment there, Wells.
Biting sarcasm, that's what you get from Aiken and Willard on these broadcasts. And in behind the Yale net, now in the corner, up the left wing side. The Academy will control. This is DeSantis. DeSantis coming through center. DeSantis over the zone line. DeSantis walking in. Shot in on goal. Rolfe loses that one, and Rinaldi picks up the rebound, streaking down the slot as Rolfe has turned to shot every shot he's faced, including that initial one, but lost track of the puck in the slot as it scored it out high. And Rinaldi pops it in, and the Academy with a 1-0 lead here. That goal coming just a minute and 18 seconds into the second half.
Second, Chucker.
Unless we're going to exceed the NHL standards and play 3 22.5-minute periods, that would be excessive, don't you think, Scott?
It could, yeah, and stay on the same side. It's great to be able to check out the different formats that can be invented in this split season hockey.
In behind
universe.
The net now, Rinaldi for the Academy sends it back to the point. That's chipped in further by Durasevich. Now in behind the net. The Academy, Rinaldi battling there with Zezima. Now the Academy will control coming out of the zone. DeSantis, puck goes off his stick right to DeRoche. And Rinaldi can't handle that one. It'll come back to center. So Rinaldi with the goal. And the Academy on top 1-0 here in the second half. Glad you're with us on YouTube this evening from the campus of Wesleyan University in Middletown.
Cartridge.
As Cam Partridge, or Cartridge as he's known to his friends and family, sends it up the right wing side for Zezima. Zezima below the goal line. DeSantis and Durasevich hound him. Zezima has the puck come onto his stick. Tried to send a backdoor pass intended for Riva, but that just behind him a little bit, and the puck will come back to center. It will get turned back in behind Aiken, and Durasevich will chase. Interesting fact, Scotty, is that goaltender Tommy Aiken and Alex Rolfe are both wearing their Westchester Express pants from last year, although Aiken has a shell over his pants. So Rolfe looking good in the red and blue there, very patriotic. Coming down the right wing side is Stober, and he'll turn that over, and the Academy will come out the right wing side now. As Gavers can't find it in his skates, stick lift there, shot that's blocked. As Macris had his shot blocked. And now on the right wing side, Trout and Macris battle for the puck. Stapert and Steele there for the Academy, and now Gavers will send it out the right wing side. The Academy controlling in the right wing zone. Dangerous pass through the legs of Trout, but the Academy maintains possession, and they will gain the red line and dump it deep as Gorton sends it on in, and Gavers will chase. Yale controls, and they send it up the right wing boards. That'll come to the point to Steele. Steele's shot goes off a stick, and that deflects up and out of play. We'll get a stoppage here. 19:02 left to go in the second half. The Academy on a Rinaldi goal on top, 1-0.
And you mentioned the red, white, and blue Wells. I had a chance to catch up with goalie Alexander Rolfe's father, Greg, earlier, and he's now shopping for some brown and yellow Brunswick colored pads for this season.
And that'll come back to the point. And it'll be sent back around by Yale. Yale will control and come out the left wing side. Pass
From
up
Grilovich.
Pass up the Grilovich. That, of course, being a reference to as Yale comes in over the zone line. This is Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss moving down below the goal line. Back to that story in just a second. Hipson centering pass. Aiken with the save. And that'll come back to the point. And Grilovich having trouble handling it there, as now Willard, Big Max Willard, will control along the near side boards. Willard, backhand pitch to Grilovich.
Pitch to the Vitch.
All together now. And up the left wing side, that'll come for Boreanaz. Puck jumps over his stick. And the Academy will control. This is Durasevich. Durasevich, his head man pass for Chinekanair. Chinekanair streaking down the left wing side. His shot from a sharp angle turned aside by Rolfe. And now on the right wing boards, that is Maritolo. And is that the same Maritolo who coached this not the Selects Academy, but at the time
it's his
it was
brother.
South
yeah.
Carolina. Okay, so
CJ, who coaches the as I mentioned, the Sacred Heart team, his brother, Jeff. Yeah, it has some affiliation with South Kent School.
Back to the point now, walking in. This is DeRoche, and DeRoche sends it deeper for Williams. Williams controls coming out of the corner. Williams curls back. He's hounded there by 2 players and somehow manages to keep control of the puck before Chineke finally picks it up. Chineke walking in the middle. His shot is deflected up high and into the far corner where Max Willard will chip it back to the point. DeRoche now sends it deeper, but it's picked up there by Riva, and Riva centers it up for Zezima. Coming in with the centering pass in for Hotchkiss.
Oh, Van Dale.
Or Van Dale, that's 20, not 10. And that shot goes wide. Didn't look like Aiken got a piece of that. But of course he took everything away there, Scotty. Williams coming down the middle. Williams with a shot. That goes off the end boards. Gordon, centering pass comes out front. And a shot. And that goes off of everybody. And they're going to say that did not hit the Yale player or the net or the goalpost. They're going to say it went up and out right off of Williams' stick, and the faceoff will come to the neutral zone with 16:49 left to go here in the second half, and the Academy on top 1-0. So a grade A scoring chance there for Zachary Van Dale on the breakaway, and he not able to get a shot in on net. So what I was starting to say was Jeff Maritolo was a longtime ice hockey coach at South Kent School, and a team which Dylan Duncan, who was a former coach and admissions officer at South Kent School, who put a lot of this team together along with Devin Rask and Scott Gainey. Dylan Duncan played on that team, and they won a New England championship back in 2004. And I remember Mr. Maritolo on the bench as I reffed many of the games. DeSantis with a shot, and that is blocked. Anytime he came up to the Boston area, it seemed I always had South Kent. Foreshadowing of things to come for the Aiken family. Up along the far side now, Varga chips that deep and then applies a punishing cross-check to Cato, I believe. Is that 18? That is
yes,
Cato.
The glove fits.
And a good hit there by Durasevich, and down the right wing side comes Cato. Cato pulls up at the blue line. Cato pauses and takes a shot.
It's a piece of the trout.
That goes off the back leg of Trout.
Smokes the trout, as it were.
Puck coming in down low, and the Academy in a bit of disarray in their own zone right now as they have gained possession a couple of times, but can't seem to get it out as the teams battle along the wall, and that's Macris. He'll dump it deeper, and Durasevich will retrieve for the Academy. Durasevich, backhand pass around, and out will come to Miknich. Miknich sends it through to center. Aiden Hotchkiss this time will pick it off. Hotchkiss.
Big hit his team.
Yep. Coming through center, but has the puck knocked off his stick. A nice stick there by the Academy, and up the right wing side comes Felix Gavers. Gavers and Cartridge.
Managed by the Cartridge.
Comes around the right wing side, and a nice breakout there by Yale as they'll come back through center. And this is Hipson. Good stick there by Cook, and he will take over, and in behind Aiken will look to come out of the zone. Leaves it for Stapert. Stapert has trouble handling that one, and the Academy turn back into their zone, where DeRoche will take for the Academy. DeRoche coming up the right wing side. He feeds ahead for Stapert. Stapert coming in over the zone line. He looks to hit the trailer, Gorton. And Gorton hit high and hard there as he loses control of the puck. And Gavers now, covering at the point, will come down low and pinch and chip that one up and out of play. We'll get a stoppage. 14:40 left to go here in the second half. And the Academy on top, 1-0.
It feels a little bit like the U.S. Open with a lot of these back and forth slapping around in the neutral zone situations. Well,
not a lot of puck possession in this game, Scotty.
No.
A lot of careless turnovers from both teams. And I'm sure both coaches, Steve Novador, Joe Bologna, and then on the Academy side, John O'Connor and Scott Gainey, will want to tidy that up before states and regionals. They don't have much time, though, as those are coming up in the next 2 of the next 3 weeks. And that'll go all the way down for an icing. We're going to stop it here, 14:25 left to go in the second half. Rinaldi, your goal scorer for the Academy. They lead it 1-0 from Wesleyan. Wesleyan.
Wesleyan. It's a very Wesleyan slip, my friend.
As on the draw, Silverstein steps in, and Yale will control. That puck is chipped up and out of the zone. That'll go all the way down for an icing, and we'll get another stoppage here. So not only a whole host of turnovers, Scotty, but quite a few whistles here in this game.
Yeah, it's testing our patience, I guess. I guess we've got plenty.
Apparently these officials have nothing better to do tonight. Although it's more the players than the officials. The officiating's been just fine in this hockey game. Unlike some other games that we've seen recently.
A little ticky, a little tacky, but nothing too egregious.
Have you had the fortunate opportunity to get on and play the Jersey Hitmen?
Have not seen the Hitmen.
They have some winners officiating their games, let me tell you. Coming up the right wing side now is Yale, coming possibly 2-on-1. Zezima with a backhand pass intended for Van Dale, and Van Dale bodied hard off the puck there. He'll sail into the corner, and the puck will come off the wall now. Van Dale with a shot that goes wide. And along the right wing side now, Birch steps in and pinches and keeps it deep, but DeRoche will send it up the right wing side now as Silverstein will come in the zone. Silverstein stood up there by Grilovich. That, of course, being Cam Grillo, who was wearing Carmine Andronovich's jersey in this hockey game.
Good look by Birch Gorman.
Little trip there, and they're going to call that. That was a pretty obvious call that broke a 2-on-1 as the stick got in the legs of Varga. He gets upended, and the Academy will go on the power play here with 13:26 left to go in the second half. And Van Dale's,
these are tough penalties, Wells, for the Yale team. Most of the scoring this year, and it's been limited at best, has come from like the likes of Zezima and Van Dale. So having both of those guys in the box tonight hasn't been too helpful.
And off the draw, Hipson not able to win that, and Williams will control. And now we get another
bonus buzzer.
I'll tell you, I feel like we're on the showcase showdown with Bob Barker here.
Well, they figured out the penalty clock, Wells, which is sort of.
And they wanted to let everybody know. I think we would have figured it out.
It's evening things up for the audience at home relative to the group in the barn here, but the bonus buzzers are still really exciting.
Our live fans in attendance are no longer getting cheated as DeRoche walks in, and Rolf fights that one off as that came right at his melon, and he kind of crossed his arms in front of him and cleared the puck away. There's a hard shot from Charlie DeRoche there right at Rolf, but he turns it aside. And that'll come into the corner now. Back to the point for DeRoche. DeRoche fakes a shot, sends the puck into the shooting hole, and that puck is fanned on and sent wide of goal. Durasevich now back to DeRoche. DeRoche walking to the middle. DeRoche with a shot that hits a body out front as the Academy looking to use a screen, but puck running into a mass of bodies that goes backdoor for Durasevich. He backhands it in front, and now Williams will control. His pass across for Chineke is deflected, but Chineke, the Southington, Connecticut native, Quinnipiac University commit, will control and leave for Durasevich. Durasevich chase there at the point, sends it deeper for DeSantis. DeSantis around for Williams. Williams looking for an option, tries to send it in off the back of Alex Rolf, and that'll hit him, drop to his right. He'll cover, and we're going to stop it here with 41 seconds left on the penalty to Van Dale and 12:06 left to go in the second half.
Well, that was a touching Westchester reunion out there with Jack and Max and Xander hacking at each other in front of the net.
It is funny in this first year of midgets, all the various reunions that we've seen, as Yale able to clear that with 36 seconds left to go on the penalty to Van Dale, and Aiken will field in behind his net and turns the puck over there. But Stober not able to do anything with it, and back the other way comes the Academy. Puck will get shot all the way down. Aiken will tee it up there for Varga. And Varga sends it over to the left wing side for Gavers. Gavers across for Gordon. Gordon streaking down the right wing side. He's challenged there by Kwasinski. Cook pinches and sends it deeper. But now Kwasinski will skate it out of the zone. Kwasinski coming up the left wing side. He'll send it deep, and Cook will chase for the Academy. Cook deep in the zone. Sends it over for Varga. Up the left wing side for Justin Gordon. Gordon's pass for Gavers at center. Gavers will chip that ahead. And Gavers coming down the left wing side will chase Chris Avalone. Avalone dumps it to the left side of the ice. His left, your right for Kwasinski. Kwasinski sends it up the right wing boards. Sorry, his left wing, our right. And that'll come back now, and the Academy will control. This is Gordon. Gordon with a headman pass that goes too far for Stapert, and we'll get a whistle here on an icing call, and that'll come back in the Academy zone with 10:51.
I thought that he tipped that, but you got to tick, you got to tack, and we'll see, see how the night ends up.
You had a better view than I did, that's for certain, sir.
I certainly thought that I heard that at least, but.
Off the draw. Macris tied up there. We'll come back to the point to Birch. Gorman. And Gorman sends it deeper in the zone, but now the puck will roll up along the near side half wall, and Gordon will come out of the zone for the Academy. Check that, that's Rinaldi. Rinaldi, centering pass, nobody
Here comes
home.
the Cartridge.
And Cartridge sends it up through center to Trout. Trout turns the puck over there, and the Academy will come back through center ice into the zone, and they'll come in off sides. Looked like he had control before he entered the zone backwards, but they're going to say he did not. Ticky-tacky. Offsides goal with 10:23 left to go.
Oh, some entertainment between the whistles. I'm guessing we're getting a bonus buzzer soon, Wells.
The amenities continue to increase with each passing moment here.
It's an old-looking barn, but they're the tip of the spear technology-wise.
Shot in on goal. That turned aside by Rolf up into the netting. We're going to stoppage here. 10:11 left to go. It is an old barn, but I'll tell you what, they just renovated it, and it is in spectacular shape. It has a very rustic feel to it, Scotty.
It's a really nice place to watch hockey. They've had a couple games here this year, and it's been enjoyable to come down. So Aiken's wearing a Westchester.
He's wearing Westchester pants, but he's got a black shell on over them.
Understood. Got it.
So, and those are not the only Westchester pants. As DeSantis comes in front, that have been in the building today. More on that in just a second. Coach John Tonelli would be amused by this story. Coming in over the zone line is the Academy. Shot in on goal.
Well managed by Rolf right there.
Rolf smothers that and hangs on as that shot off the stick of Tyler Silverstein is smothered, and he'll get a face-off.
So tell me what's going to entertain
so there,
JT.
As you know, John Tonelli's Westchester teams always had their own uniforms, and they differed from every other team at Westchester.
Until now.
Did they change permanently?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay, so
that's what I was expecting.
What I was going to say is John had his own uniforms, and they were modeled after. As we get a 2-on-1 back here the other way, this is Hotchkiss coming in. Hotchkiss centering pass across.
Tough handle.
And that was in the skates of Jack Maritolo, and he got covered quickly by two Academy back checkers. One back checker, one defender, as the Academy comes back the other way. Got to find a good lull in the game for these stories, Scotty. DeRoche now.
It feels like it's been mostly a lull. That's the problem.
I know. As soon as we start talking, though, with the story, we end up with a scoring opportunity. DeRoche centers it for DeSantis. That turned in behind the net by DeSantis. And now he will control below the goal line. DeSantis looking to center for Gordon. And that puck will come all the way back to the point where Silverstein will set it down low for Gordon. Gordon hit hard there and not able to cycle it down low.
Impolite Max Willard suddenly.
As Hotchkiss will come back the other way. Hotchkiss coming in over the zone line. That shot goes off the stick of Cook and wide. Centering pass now.
Oh!
Shot and a goal. As
like
Zach
I said,
Van Dale
Wells
ties it up.
Having that kid in the penalty box is not a good situation for this Yale team. Zach Van Dale has been a consistent finisher in a team that's had, as you would probably describe yourself, relatively anemic offense during the course of the season. So get a lucky bounce and just whack a shot in of one of 4 shots maybe that Tommy's had to face tonight, but important to finish one of those.
Not many more than that, as he's not had a lot of work, but that was a good hard low shot inside the left post, and back the other way will come Yale, looking to build off the momentum of that goal as Van Dale comes in the zone. And Varga will turn it over there, pass out front, but nobody home. And Gordon will come back through center. Gordon leaves it for Williams, back to Gordon. Gordon with a shot, and Rolf with a glove save.
Back to our lull. So let's talk about
the
Wisconsin uniform.
Tonelli always had his own uniforms modeled after Wisconsin University, and every other team had different uniforms. Well, no other team would dare to copy John Tonelli's uniforms while he was still at Westchester. So now that John Tonelli is no longer at Westchester, both of his boys have gone on to bigger and better things. I saw a shot in front. You're off with the save. There was another Westchester Express
now we
team.
really can't find a lull, can we?
No. The Academy buzzing. Backdoor shot and a goal. As the Academy answers right away. Williams
very excited parents. There's a chicken dance going on with a little father.
Williams with a pass across, and that for Chinekanair, who buries the puck backdoor. And just like that, the Academy, maybe the key to this
You need to turn it over to this guy who did the chicken dance. This is great.
That is David Boreanaz, star of Steel.
No, the little guy.
No, okay, that's Jeff Gordon's dad. All right.
That was hilarious. I mean, it would look like a piñata.
I think what we need to do is that the more stories we tell, the more offense we're going to see in this game,
think so.
Scotty.
Let's just start.
When I do play by play,
what do we know?
It's
What do
insanely
we learn
boring.
in Arizona? Let's try to. I thought what happens in Scottsdale stays in Scottsdale, but we might create a more exciting game. if we talk about it.
Anyway, long story short, a Westchester Express team was in the building here early today. I got here early and
wearing their Wisco,
and they had the same exact bags, tracksuits, sweatpants as John Tonelli's Westchester Express team. So
how about that?
Anyway, we finally got through that story. Back to hockey action here with the Academy leading 2-1.
Well, this is going to be. It looks like we picked up a little pace, Wells. I'm not sure that we picked up continuity, but there's certainly a little more intensity to the game at this point.
And the Academy coming back out of the zone, leading 2-1 with 7:16 left to go. And Rinaldi will come in the zone offsides. We'll get a stoppage here with 7:13 left to go. And the Academy on top 2-1. Rinaldi and Chidekanair, your goal scorers for the Academy. Zachary Van Dale with the goal for the Yale Bulldogs.
God, I love that chicken dance. It was awesome.
Yeah, we'll have to put in a request for another one if we get another.
Yeah, we need to pan that. Well, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little biased here, so I don't want to see it again. But
right. But we do need the multi-camera shot here.
I agree. We should put a GoPro behind that guy.
Hotchkiss coming in over the zone line. Hotchkiss moving in. Hotchkiss, his shot goes into the far corner, and the Academy will control there, and it's sent back around for the Academy. Steele sends it up the left wing side for Silverstein, and he will dump it in where Jack Gordon will chase for the Academy. Centering pass, and nobody there for the Academy as Yale will control and come back out of the zone. Steele, Silverstein. And Silverstein now will come through center. Silverstein with a couple of moves, dishes it right to DeRoche. DeRoche skating down low. DeRoche in around Grillo.
Bitch.
Leaves it for Silverstein and retreats to his point position. In behind the net. That is Gordon. Gordon back to the point for Steele. Over for DeRoche. DeRoche with a shot. That's sticked aside by Rolfe. That comes off the glass and then off the...
Stars and Stripes took a taste of that puck, Wells.
Hit the flag, huh?
I think so. It looked like it shook with the deflection. And the scorer's box is getting... I don't know if it's cocky or I don't know how to describe it, but they're starting to, they've given us a couple bonus buzzers.
It's not the same cavalcade of 80s hits that we got at the Long Island Royals games last spring.
Well, Robert Hyde and Ryan Rogers are not spinning anything back there, which is, it's going to be tougher for us to find the right 80s hits.
Off the draw, Chinekanair will win that one back to Anna. Anna now. As Chinekanair directs traffic out in front. That comes in below the goal. Back for Varga now. Varga at the point, walking off the wall. He's challenged there.
Oh, interesting.
And
Ticky, but he doesn't get a tacky.
Chinekanair chasing back in his own zone. Chinekanair will get it out of the zone. And he leaves at center where it's chipped ahead for Anna. Anna not able to get to that puck, and Yale coming back the other way. This is Riva leaving it for Zezima. Zezima with a shot, and Aiken will smother and hang on with 5:26 left to go on the Academy on top, 2-1.
The former mid-Fairfield pair are looking to make some magic there, but unfortunately for the Yale team, didn't happen well.
Macris stepping in on the draw for Yale. Facing off against DeSantis. Macris wins that back. Shot in on goal by Avalone, and Aiken will hang on, smother and hang on. And we saw that combination a few times in practice last year. Avalone
we sure did.
Shot, Aiken smother.
We sure did.
As Macris steps in again against DeSantis, and Macris wins it again. Another shot by Avalone. This one shanked wide. And along the right wing side, Rinaldi will send it up ahead.
Some light
and DeSantis moving in, and DeSantis knocked down, and we're going to get a tripping call here.
And Chicken Dance guy raising his arms like a football ref.
Looking for a penalty shot. Looking for a penalty shot as the Academy will go on the power play here. And Macris will go off on the trip. And interesting, as I brought
a touchdown down there, Wells.
I think he was trying to cross his arms over his head, which would be the signal for a penalty shot. But Interestingly enough, we had a penalty shot awarded, and then as our player was lining up for the penalty shot and the opposing team's bench protested, this was at the Jersey Hitmen, they took the penalty shot away.
Oh, wow.
Never seen that before.
So a very quick duffel bag of cash delivered.
That's right. Tony Soprano style. Back to the point now. Shot in on goal. That goes wide. And Williams will try to send it backdoor, looking for Chernekanair. That'll come back to the point now where DeRoche will control down for Chernekanair. Chernekanair sending it backdoor for Durasevich. That puck bounces over his stick. And it'll come back to the point now for DeRoche. DeRoche walking in with a shot, and Rolf will save that one and hang on.
He's moving well tonight.
120, check that, 131 left to go on the penalty.
I mean, listen to these guys in the scorer's box. They went from, I don't know how to describe them at the beginning, catatonic?
Off the draw, it's DeRoche. Durasevich with a shot, that deflected out high by Zezima, and he'll backhand pitchfork it out of the zone. And DeRoche will chase. Well, they are your guys, Scotty. This is a Yale home game.
Oh,
right?
Is that right?
I would think so, unless they're hires
I don't.
of the,
I mean, he looks like a Jawa from.
Could it be a sibling?
Star Wars #1.
Could it be a sibling of one of your players, perhaps? Right back to the point now. DeRoche. DeRoche sends it down low for Durasevich. Durasevich back to DeRoche. The double D combination for the Academy. Stepping in, a shot, and that goes off the crossbar and up and out of play, and they're going to take that face off outside the zone.
I think Novi went down to the Beta Theta Pi house and gave someone $5 to come down and spin some tunes.
That sounds about right. They're not going to take that out of the zone. That must have gone off of a Yale
I
stick
think it
or-
went off. Yeah, I think that was
or
a
Rolf.
blocker from the Rolf man.
Rolf with the save there. Austin Cook now at the point, leaving it for Caden Varga. Back for Cook. Cook walking in, shot, and that is deflected wide of Rolf. Cook leaving it for Gavers, who shoots it in. That puck is saved, and that'll go all the way down on Aiken with 28 left to go on the power play. Aiken will send that one ahead for Varga. Varga sends it up the left wing side for Gavers. Gavers dumps it deep in the zone. Comes around to the point. Sent back in by the Academy with 10 seconds remaining on the Academy power play as Cam Grillo sends that all the way down. And Aiken reverses it for Varga. Varga sends it over for Cook, who will send it up for Gordon. Gordon meets check that.
Maratola.
Macris went to the bench and meets Maratolo.
Here's
Yale
Aiken.
coming in, shot in on goal,
Well
blocker saved by Aiken.
Tom.
As Hotchkiss was looking short side there. Aiken with the blocker save. That shot is blocked up high. And out comes the Academy through center. This is Gavers, the speedy Felix Gavers moving in, shot. And Rolf looked like he bobbled that momentarily, but traps it between his pads, and he'll hang on with 2:44 left to go in the hockey game. The Academy on top by a score of 2-1, goals by Rinaldi and Chernekanair. Zach Van Dale with the lone goal for the Yale Bulldogs. So these two teams will meet tomorrow at the Admiral James and Sybil Stockdale Arena on the campus of South Kent School. And this is the final two meetings before states and regionals.
What's the format tomorrow, Wells? Do you have any idea? Are we going to do the same?
Tomorrow we'll
two
do
innings.
We'll do 3 17s.
Okay.
So they must
Sounds
have
like hockey.
They must have a shortened 3 17s with 2 ice cuts. As it comes back to the point now for Steele, he'll send it in far corner. Gordon will chase there with DeRoche.
And how are the playlists down there in South Kent?
Sometimes depends on who's running the penalty box. So sometimes we get playlists, and sometimes we get...
It's a morning game. It's hard to know what you get, right?
We get old school. We get silence. Coming back to the point now for DeRoche. DeRoche with a shot in. That goes off of Gordon in front. And Yale will try to send it up the right-hand side. And Zezima now will control for Yale and come through center. Puck is turned over there to the stick of Anna. Anna sends it far side for DeRoche. DeRoche chips it ahead for Stapert, but too far. And Avalone will chase back into the Yale zone. Minute 42 left to go here in the hockey game as that pass up for Riva is chipped ahead, but the Academy will control. And Cook blows a tire, but leaves it back for Durasevich as he regains his feet, and Miknich will chip it high and hard off the glass up and out of the zone. Rinaldi pokes it ahead. Rinaldi coming down the left wing side. Rinaldi with a
What a save!
Centering
by
pass,
Rolfe.
and Alex Rolfe came
Great
across
anticipation.
and robbed.
I would cheer if I wasn't on the mic here, Wells. I thought that was a
That was a heck of a
impressive
save
move.
by Rolfe, as he got across and got the left leg pad on it.
Imagine how good he's going to look in brown and yellow. The Brunswick Bears.
The favorite colors of men's rooms everywhere. as we get a timeout. And I'm not sure who would
That's
Brunswick.
just what we need, a timeout, more mic time.
I'm not. See, this is when we should be telling stories,
Yeah,
and now
that's
we've
right.
run out of them.
Now we're out of them. Right, exactly.
But you know what? During the stoppage, we might get a chicken dance
Let's see it. Do the dance.
from Jeff Gordon. No, we're not going to get the
No,
dance.
that's not it. The dance was unbelievable. But it was an impressive goal, so worthy of the dance, that's for sure, Wells.
So a minute 22 left to go here from the Spurrier Snyder rink at the campus of Wesleyan University in Middletown, Connecticut. These two teams back at it tomorrow at 11 a.m. We'll be on the air for you with our pregame show at 10:50. Look at that. We've added a pregame show.
And so
since
are
you were last
these
with us.
all these banners here, Wells? This is the whole NESCAC?
Yeah, these are the NESCAC schools.
So with Bates, Bowdoin, Colby,
Some really, really bright individuals go to these schools.
Amherst.
Bates, Bowdoin, Colby, Connecticut College, Amherst, Wesleyan, Williams, the best school of the bunch, Hamilton, Middlebury, Trinity, Tufts.
And
Those are your NESCAC schools. My wife laughs at me all the time because I try to tell her they're called the Little Ivies, but she doesn't quite want to give that credit to those schools.
Having gone to Washington and Lee University in Virginia, it's a Southern Little Ivy, which is it's quite a leap that doesn't really work. But my wife went there, so I don't have to convince her.
We can all dream, can't we, Scotty?
Yes, sir.
Face off to the left of Rolfe. As Yale will control that off the draw and come out the right wing side. Pass up the near boards. As Yale will be looking to pull the goalie here and get the puck deep. Rolfe called to the net now as Cook controls in behind Aiken.
Comes Van Dale.
A pass up the left wing side for Micknich. Micknich loses the puck at his skates, but chips it ahead for DeSantis, whose shot is deflected up and over the net. And with 55 seconds left, Yale will look to come back 6-on-5 into the zone. Cook will chase there, send it around for Durasevich. Durasevich sends it high and hard off the glass, always a good play. And that puck will bounce back in where Cartridge will take for Yale. Yale coming back through center. The Academy controlling there, sends it up the left wing side. And a shot that turned into a pass set up for DeSantis. DeSantis will take it in behind the net. He will come around and backhand it in and put the game away there. Nick DeSantis with the goal. And the Academy looks like they'll win this one. Although still 23 seconds left. But Nick DeSantis with the goal. Never say never, Scotty.
Never say never. I think pulling the goalie isn't necessarily the move that sets up well for a team that's never practiced together. But
well, if you don't have practice, this is your opportunity to practice,
Give
right?
it a whirl.
So you gotta practice at some point with 20 seconds left here in the hockey game. And the Academy will dump it deep in the zone. Alex Rolfe, who has played admirably this evening, giving his team an opportunity. He was under fire at times.
That's for sure.
It looks like the Academy will, in the final 6 seconds, and we're going to get one more stoppage here.
Maybe a bonus buzzer, maybe a little song.
Maybe we could get them to play the chicken dance song and convince Jeff Gordon to do a chicken dance for us.
You've got the home court tomorrow, Wells, to organize that.
So off the draw, the Academy will win that back. And the Academy will take this one by a score of 3-1.
Though our friend in the hoodie not willing to put up the empty net goal, it looks like Wells to me.
As the Academy goes back to congratulate goaltender Tommy Aiken. Not a lot of work, but made some key saves in that one. The short side bid by Aiden Hotchkiss comes to mind that he got a blocker on. But the Academy will skate away here with a 3-1 victory, as the teams will shake hands at center ice. And these two teams will be right back at it tomorrow afternoon check that, tomorrow morning at
Tomorrow
11 a.m. live from the stock.
What's happening in South Kent tonight? Is there a dance or some kind of activity that these boys are going to celebrate with?
I don't know what's going on. I would hope my kid's going to bed, to be honest with you. There you go, the two netminders sharing a handshake at center ice, the two former battery mates from the Westchester Express. And Aiken, no doubt, receiving some chirping from Chris Avalone there as he gets together with Avalone and
look at that.
Max
it's a little,
Willard.
It's a little reunion.
Jack Williams, Tommy Aiken, Max Willard, and Chris Avalone, all former Westchester Express teammates. And they all have a little get-together at center ice.
A little more kind-spirited than the last one on the power play.
So, for Cartridge, Grilovich,
Dershowitz,
DeRoshowitz, and Scott Willard, I'm Wells Aiken, where the final score for the final time from the Spurrier-Snyder Rink at Wesleyan University in Middletown, Connecticut, is your Selects Academy 15 Nationals 3 and your Yale Bulldogs 1. We'll see you tomorrow morning, everybody. Have a great rest of your Saturday night.